What's up, everybody, and welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. This is a follow-up to my naturally drugged, or drug naturally, I can't remember what I named it, but my naturally drugged video. And we're going to talk a little bit about water retention too, because there seems to be a lot of myths on what water retention is and how it looks. So first of all, I want to go ahead and say thank you guys for all the support that you've been giving me, and to the people that are coming on here trolling for people like Lane Norton's people and Matt Ogus people and whoever else the other ones are, these quote-unquote, natural guys coming on here. I'm not talking about Matt and those guys. I'm talking about you guys who claim to be natural that are coming to my page and love to spam it and give me shit. Where are your pictures? Okay, I go to your pages to see who you are. You give me so much grief. And next thing you know, you don't even have a page. You don't have any videos. You have no subscribers. You watch other people's videos and then you comment on them to try to drive them nuts for whatever reason it is. I'm not really sure what the deal is. But I had said something about someone who I believe not being natural, a natural pro. And all of a sudden, here we go again. Oh, I can't believe you're calling this guy unnatural. First of all, it's my opinion. Second of all, 100% of the time, 100%, that's 10 out of 10 times, not 9 out of 10, not 5 out of 10, whenever I had suspected someone of being on something, eventually, no matter how long it came to be, it came out that they were taking something. Even my buddy who was a Natural Muscle Mania pro, who I was around all the time back in the day, was lying. He was on growth hormone suspension and he used insulin sometimes. That guy, he was close to me and he was still lying, and I believed him. But the problem is either these natural pros tend to test positive somewhere, or they get involved in some kind of drug bust somewhere, or the supplier of drugs winds up ratting them out. So somewhere it always comes out, so it doesn't matter, whether or not you guys are sitting there thinking, wow, Jerry doesn't always talk about, yeah, 20-something years in the business and seeing these natural guys get popped over and over again and it coming out that they're on drugs. Yeah, I do know a little bit. And on top of it, you guys act like I'm the only one suspecting these guys of taking drugs. There is a whole bunch of other people out there who are saying the same thing that I am. And we outnumber you guys who believe them about 50 to 1, but that doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, I'm not the only one thinking like this. It's not just my opinion. There's many, many people in the industry, which most of you guys that are bitching and complaining are not even in the industry. You're just fans of the people that you perceive as being natural. And that's their whole point for lying, is to get you guys to believe that they're natural, so they have fans, so they have some way to make money, so they can encourage you to do better. But the problem is you never knew better. You ever do. You never put up a video, you never put up a picture. All you just talk about how great Lane is, or how great this one is, or how great that one is, but you yourself don't look anything like them. So why do you think that is? If you're following what they tell you to do, you look nothing like them. And one of the issues that Disgusted had talked about on Get Big and as well as ProfessionalMuscle.com is these designer steroids that can't be tested for. Okay, this right here, I'll show you guys. X-Trend. This came out, I don't know how long ago this came out. The expiration date was in 2012, okay? It's an empty bottle. There's nothing in it, okay? Regardless, I wouldn't be in possession of anything illegal because they bought this 100% legally on tfsupplements.com. And this is one of those substances, not going to say supplements, that if you take it, it is actually a drug, okay? If you look at those ingredients, it's a drug sold as a supplement, which if they are not testing for this because it's a supplement, you are considered natural, although you're taking a drug and looking like you're on drugs and doing drug things considered natural. This is what Disgusted was talking about, products like this. So that all aside, you guys understand that people lie. That's just the way it is. People that were close to me lie, people that are close to you lie, that's how it is. And if you believe them, that's up to you, but coming to my page and giving me grief about it, I could really care less. You guys can shoot your mouths off all you want. I'm not alone. I got plenty of people standing behind me that agree with me, so it doesn't really matter to me. As far as water retention, this is another thing we were talking about because of sodium. Now, it's not sodium that's causing you to have this water retention. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the gym and hear the guy say, well, I'm retaining the water. You're not retaining 55 pounds of water. Okay, you're retaining 55 pounds of fat in about a half a pound of water. The problem is you perceive yourself as being leaner than you really are. When you look at yourself, you can see an outline of your abs. They're like, oh, I'm lean. You're not lean, okay? If your lower back and your glutes have fat on you, you're not lean. You just have your abdominals sticking out. Big deal. A lot of people are like that. So what happens is a lot of times people go into shows perceiving that they're lean enough, and they're not actually lean enough. They actually have too fat. They need 5-6 more weeks of dieting, maybe even longer. And they say, oh, I'm going to cut my water and I'll be dry enough. You're still too fat. So that's why you're not dry enough on stage. and then you flatten out on top of it thinking that it's water and it's actually fat. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, I missed my peak. You weren't even 6 weeks away from being your peak to begin with, and that's the problem. Now, over the years, I've done it myself. I saw I'm lean enough, and I wasn't lean enough. I used to send pictures to Jay Cutler and be like, what do you think of this, on my onstage picture? The one that's on my my front page here on YouTube, I actually sent to him in 2006, and he said, get leaner. He didn't say I was not dry enough. He said, get leaner. That was his advice. So it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about from experience. I have been that too fat guy on stage that needs to get leaner. Now, how do you avoid that? Most of the time, you can't see yourself objectively. So you need to trust someone enough that has the eye that can tell you whether you're ready or not. I have a couple people that do that for me, including my trainer Phil Hernan, Kevin Levrone, and my buddy Ron D'Alessandro, who they know what it looks like to be in shape. And if I ask them, they're not going to tell me if I'm in shape if I'm not. Okay, now you can ask your girlfriend and stuff, and your girlfriend more than likely may not know what's going on, or your boyfriend may not know what's going on. They think you look great, so they're gonna be, wow, you look amazing. And in your head, you're like, I'm ready. But stage ready is not just looking great like for the beach. So my advice to you guys is to get someone in your life that knows about the how you're supposed to look on stage, how dry you're supposed to be, how lean you're supposed to be, and let them be your second pair of eyes, because you can't see yourself objectively. And in the long run, it's just going to help you out by having them there so that you don't wind up on stage too fat. BioS3Training@gmail.com. Leave messages down below. The blog is www.bios3training.com. And we're out.